whole reform process.
Question number 8, Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, does he stand by his comment that the government has a, quote, sinking lid policy, end quote, for pokie machines?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes, I stand by my statement that overall there is a sinking lid on pokies and that the number of pokie machines is falling since the introduction of the Gaming Act 2003. The number of Class 4 pokie machines has declined from over 25,000 to just over 18,000.
Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, will he retract his claim that the government has a sinking lid policy on gambling, considering Auckland's total number of pokie machines has reduced by only 18 machines in the last year, while the government is negotiating with Sky City to increase the total number of their machines by up to 500?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no, and the members getting ahead of themselves in terms of what negotiations could or might not be on the table with Sky City. But my overall point is that in terms of Auckland, where there is a sinking lid policy, that overall, even if there was to be a slight increase at Sky City as a result of a deal for the convention centre, overall there is a reducing number taking place since the 2003 Gaming Act's been in place.
Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, does he accept that he is claiming success for the efforts of local authorities to reduce small numbers of pokie machines in clubs and pubs, while he's actually undoing their good work by negotiating with Sky City to significantly increase the number of machines in their casino?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, well, I do not accept it significantly increasing the machines. Secondly, I do accept that local government has the primary responsibility in terms of that policy. And thirdly, Mr Speaker, I think if one takes a step back and looks at the environment in terms of harm minimisation, certainly the research we would have would indicate that harm minimisation is best taking place, if you like, or maximised in a casino as opposed to a licensed pub, which preys on low-income people, as we see often in South and West Auckland.
Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, why is he increasing the number of pokie machines in Sky City when Health Sponsorship Council research shows gamblers in casinos were more likely to be at risk or problem gamblers than gamblers in pubs and clubs?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, I don't accept that logic. And secondly, I think if one goes and has a look at the proliferation of pokie machines for one moment in Auckland, the member will actually see that the vast bulk of them are in low socio-economic areas in parts of West and South Auckland. In my opinion, having them, the greater concentration of them in casinos makes sense. I also happen to think that the overall economic benefit of a $350 million investment in a convention centre in Auckland makes a lot of sense. And you see, the people on that side of the House who are making lots of noise are really saying they don't want the 1,000 jobs that will go into construction. They don't want the 1,000 jobs that will, or 900 jobs as the convention centres run. They don't want the 144,000 extra visitor nights that will occur.
Order. I think the answer's gone on sufficient time. Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, can he confirm his party has received large financial donations from Sky City, but not from the trusts whose machines are in clubs and pubs?
Order. The member, I accept the member is a new member and wouldn't be aware the Prime Minister is not responsible for anything that his party might have done. He's only responsible for matters as Prime Minister. I don't want to deprive the member of a supplementary service. She's welcome to try and to reword the question. Denise Roche.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. I'll just table some information, if I may. One is the Health Sponsorship Council's Casino Gambling in New Zealand report that shows that gamblers in casinos are more likely to be at risk or problem gamblers than gamblers in pubs and clubs. This is dated February 2002.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection?
2012, sorry.
There's no objection. Question number 9, the Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance and asks